Okay, today I want to look at problem 42 on page 991. This is all about the Wizards Computer Club. They're trying to decide on which brand of computer to go with for their particular club. And I have the preference table here in front of me, and I want to determine which computer manufacturer would win the election depending on which different type of method we're going to use. So I'm going to demonstrate all four methods for you here. The first and easiest method is always the plurality method. So under the plurality method, all we care about are first place votes because nobody gets a second choice. So even though we have this massive preference table here, all we care about is the first line and the numbers above them. So we can see there's four candidates: Gateway, Mac, Compaq, and Dell. And so we can find out the total number of votes they would get under each method. So if we're doing plurality method, Gateway, how many first place votes do they get? They would have gotten 43. Mac would have had 30. Compaq would have had 29. And then Dell would get these 26 votes plus these 14, which is 40. And to win an election using the plurality method, we're just looking for the most votes. And we get G. So Gateway would win if we did the plurality method. So now we'll look at the second method, plurality with elimination. It starts out similar to the way plurality looks at. We look at the first round of voting, and I can just copy from my last problem. I see that Gateway had 43, Mac had 30, Compaq had 29, and Dell had 40. Now the way plurality with elimination works is that you have to have a majority of the vote in order to win the election. So there are a total of 142 votes if you add up these numbers on top, and a majority is one more than half. So half of 142 would be 71, so thus to get a majority you need 72 votes. So 72 votes for a majority. After the first round of voting, nobody has a majority of votes. Nobody has 72 or more. So therefore, we get rid of the lowest vote-getting candidate, which in this case is Compaq. So these 29 people who originally preferred Compaq are no longer allowed to vote for Compaq. And so in our second round of voting, we're going to assume that the 43 people who originally voted for Gateway are still going to vote for Gateway. The 30 people who originally voted for Mac are still going to vote for Mac, and the 40 people who originally voted for Dell are still going to vote for Dell. The only people who are going to change are these 29 people who originally voted for Compaq. So if we go up to our preference table, we see that these people who picked Compaq first, their second choice was Dell. So if they're no longer allowed to vote for Compaq, they're going to take their 29 votes to Dell. So Dell had 40 plus the new 29, they've now got 69 votes. And so we look at, again, does anybody have a majority at this point? 72 votes make a majority. Dell is close, but they still don't have a majority. So we go one more round. We get rid of the lowest vote getter again. So we're comparing 43, 30, and 69. 30 is the lowest, so Mac is now out. Gateway still has 43, Dell still has 69, and now we've got to decide what to do with these 30 people who voted for Mac. So we go back to the preference table, we find those 30 people right here. They originally voted for Mac. If they're not allowed to vote for Mac, their second choice was Dell. So we're going to give those 30 votes to Dell as well, and we end up with 99, and now we have a majority. 99 is more than 72, so Dell would win the election if we use plurality with elimination.